Have you ever felt like you're stuck and you don't know why? What if the real problem isn't your job, your past, or even the people around you, but a mindset that's quietly sabotaging your potential? Or worse, what if you're surrounded by people who are slowly pulling you down and you haven't even noticed? In this video, we're breaking down 6 clear warning signs of a foolish person based on the timeless wisdom of Stoicism. Some of these may hit close to home, but if you're ready to grow, to lead, and to live with clarity, this might be exactly what you need to hear. Let's begin. What the Stoics knew about fools. The ancient Stoics, philosophers like MarcusAurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, were obsessed with one thing: living wisely. To them, wisdom wasn't about sounding smart or reading a bunch of books. It was about mastering your emotions, your choices, and your perspective. Foolishness, on the other hand, wasn't about intelligence or education. It was about attitude, behavior, a way of thinking that leads to suffering, weakness, and wasted potential. As Epictetus once said, "It is impossible for a man to learn what he thinks he already knows." Let's uncover the signs. 1. They reject growth. A foolish person resists new ideas. They don't read to learn, they read to confirm. They don't listen to understand, they listen to argue. And worst of all, they believe they already know enough. To the Stoics, that mindset is a prison. Marcus Aurelius, ruler of the Roman Empire, once wrote, "If anyone can show me my error and prove me wrong, I will gladly change. I seek the truth which never harmed anyone." If a man with absolute power could welcome correction, what excuse do we have? Fools treat learning as a threat to their identity. The wise treat it as a path to freedom. And the difference between the two? One grows, the other stays stuck. 2. They take everything personally. Have you ever met someone who turns every disagreement into a personal attack? To them, even helpful feedback feels like an insult. They lash out when corrected. They sulk when questioned. Their ego is paper thin, and any pressure causes a collapse. Seneca called anger and offense signs of internal weakness. A great man is one who can be insulted without feeling insulted. Fools can't separate the message from their emotions, so they push people away, destroy opportunities, and burn bridges, just to protect a fragile sense of self. A wise person doesn't crumble under criticism. They ask, "Is there truth in this?" And if there is, they improve. That's real strength. 3. They worship pleasure. Fools are always chasing the next feel-good moment: food, sex, money, attention, entertainment. They live for escape, not meaning. But here's the danger. When pleasure becomes your compass, you lose your direction. Seneca warned of this, saying, "The life of the fool is empty of gratitude, full of fear. It looks always to the future." They're never satisfied. They think the next purchase, the next relationship, the next distraction will make them whole. But it never does. True joy, deep, lasting peace, comes from discipline, not indulgence. From self-control, not self-gratification. The wise build lives worth living. Fools build a highlight reel to distract themselves from reality. 4. They avoid responsibility. When things go wrong, the fool points fingers. "It's their fault. My boss is unfair. The system's against me." They blame everyone, except the one person who can change their life, themselves. Epictetus said, "We are not disturbed by things, but by the view we take of them." The Stoics understood something modern culture often forgets. You are not your circumstances, but your responses. The wise take full responsibility, not because they caused everything, but because they choose how to handle it. Fools waste their energy complaining. The wise conserve their energy to act. 5. They speak without thought. A foolish person speaks just to be heard. They dominate conversations, interrupt constantly, and throw out opinions they haven't even thought through. Their words are loud, but empty. Marcus Aurelius advised, "Better to trip with the feet than the tongue." To the Stoics, silence wasn't awkward, it was sacred. Speaking with purpose was a form of virtue. Fools speak carelessly. The wise speak deliberately, only when they have something worth saying. Ask yourself, are you adding noise or value? 6. They resist change. Fools fear the unknown more than failure. They stay in toxic relationships, dead-end jobs, and bad habits, not because they're happy there, but because they're afraid of discomfort. The Stoics knew life is change. They compared it to a game. You don't control the pieces you're given, but you control how you play. The fool sees uncertainty and freezes. The wise see it as fuel. Growth requires discomfort. Evolution requires risk. Fools resist change and stay exactly where they are. The wise embrace it and transform. So, let's recap. Foolish people rejects growth because their pride gets in the way, takes everything personally, seeing help as harm, chases pleasure but never finds fulfillment, blames others, avoiding the one thing that would change their life: accountability, talks endlessly but says little, fears change and stays stuck in place. Recognizing these signs isn't about judging others, it's about reflecting inward. You don't overcome foolishness by labeling it. You overcome it by confronting it, by choosing wisdom every day. And remember what Marcus Aurelius said: you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. If this message spoke to you, don't let it end here. Share this video, like it, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel, and above all, stay stoic.